Mondo Cool! That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
Gang Wars is an SNK mini side-scrolling brawler or beat-em-up. You walk to the right and you punch thugs on your quest to find the evil Jaguar and take him down, because he recently decided to kidnap a lovely young lady. So your character takes to the mean streets and starts enacting a little vigilante justice. When you start the game, you enter a name, and you can choose which type of character you want, and you'll get some stats pumped into either your strength, your speed, or your guard. Now, the playthrough that I went through the entire game, I started off with the guard option, thinking that that'll help me from getting my butt kicked, and I'll be able to hang around, rack up a few more points, and that was working out pretty well in the early parts of the game. However, by the second half of the game, enemies were able to kill me with 2 or 3 hits tops, and that was with maxed out guard stat. By the time I got to the second to last boss, or mini-boss, it took me at least 5 minutes of just wailing on this guy to take him down. And I'm going to leave in at the end of this review, just raw, uncut, me beating up on these. There's 2 guys that you have to fight in tandem. I'm going to leave that in just to show you how long that took. It was pretty rough. So I recommend pumping all of your stats into strength, which significantly reduces the amount of time it takes to beat up the enemies. There was one boss, the third boss, or the boss at the end of the 3rd level. It took me a really long time to beat him because I was putting all my points into the guard. The second time I went through to record a little bit of footage, which I didn't record that boss fight, but when I got to that boss, it was significantly quicker to beat him up because I pumped all of my points into the attack. And because this game has infinite credits, dying doesn't really matter. So go ahead and pump all your points into the attack stat, because that's going to be where it helps the most. It's pretty bare bones for a brawler. There's not a lot of fancy moves. There's no power move, at least none that I can find. No combos. But it is satisfying punching and kicking the enemies. When you daze an enemy, you'll do a little takedown, and like you'll take them to the ground and take them out, and they'll blink out of existence. Towards the end, you get to punch tigers, and I thought that was really cool, being able to punch tigers. Graphically, I think the game looks great, and as I've said a million times in these minis reviews, I love that I can play the game on the PS3 or on the PSP, and this is a nice little time waster that I can see myself messing around with in a waiting room somewhere down the line in the future. Now, the real gem of this, like the real highlight of this game, is the terrible cutscenes. The artwork in the cutscenes is horrifying. The main enemy, Jaguar, looks really creepy. Like, you just want to beat this guy up because he looks like he deserves it. He's done something that requires boot to chin action immediately. And there's some really awkward translations, some really awkward translation stuff in the dialogue, and some voice acting, and this is some really ancient video game voice acting, so expect some real doozies. My favorite is towards the end of the game, Jaguar asks, "How are you doing?" Question mark, just how are you doing? So, I'm doing okay. You will not leave this place alive. Oh, well. You're not a very nice host. So there's a couple of lines in there, and I think it's worth playing through the game to see some of that stuff, to see some of the quirky, old-time arcade translation stuff. I had a lot of fun playing this game. It does have some issues. It's a little rough around the edges. Put all your points into the attack stat. That's where you're going to do the most damage. Overall, I recommend this to people that really like SNK arcade games, or if you got $3 to burn and you really like side-scrolling beat-em-ups. This isn't the best one out there, but it's good for some laughs.